Hello friends, good evening. This is Suresh Kumar Paswan, Assistant Professor in GSITS Indore. Today we are going to discuss metabolism of ketone bodies. Talking about ketone bodies, why we are going to study this chapter or why we are going to study about this ketone bodies. Actually, when there is requirement of energy into the body, the main source of energy is glucose, and it follows all the pathway of glycolysis, and it goes to the Krebs cycle and give energy to the body. In the same way, glucagon, it converts into goes to the pathway of glycolysis and gives energy to the body. But when there is severe starvation, and that time what happens, the body, there are reserve source of energy into the body, like your fats are there, which are present into the adipose tissues. It gets converted by beta oxidation and and it gives energy to the body. So talking about these ketone bodies, actually the ketone bodies, these are synthesized into the liver. Like main ketone bodies are your acetone, acetoacetate, beta hydroxybutyrate. So these are the three main ketone bodies which are gets converted by, and the main precursor is acetyl-CoA, which is the end product of our beta oxidation of fatty acid that we have studied in our earlier classes, and I don't want to get into those things. So these acetyl-CoA, it gets converted into ketone body into the liver. So actually the mitochondria which is present in the liver, the matrix of mitochondria, it has certain enzymes which follows this pathway and gets and it converts this acetyl-CoA to ketone bodies. So talking about these two enzymes, these are the these two molecules which are the end product of beta oxidation, this acetyl-CoA. So the two molecule, it gets associated, and the presence of thiolase enzyme, it gets converted into acetyl-CoA. This acetyl-CoA, again one molecule of acetyl-CoA gets attached in the presence of HMG-CoA synthase enzyme, and beta hydroxymethyl glutyryl CoA, HMG-CoA is been formed. And this HMG-CoA, again from that, again this acetyl-CoA gets dissociated, and it forms acetoacetate. This is the first molecule which has been formed. This is the ketone body which has been formed in this process, and in the presence of beta hydroxybutyrate, and in this process this NADH has been consumed, and it forms hydroxybutyrate. And this is the second molecule which has been which is a ketone bodies. Another one is by spontaneous method, this acetone has been formed. And these are the three things, like your acetoacetate, hydroxybutyrate, and acetone. These are the three ketone bodies which have been formed in this process of ketogenesis. And talking about the utilization of ketone bodies, how these ketone bodies are being utilized. So when these ketone bodies, these are being synthesized in the liver, again these ketone bodies are being used out of the liver, like your kidney, lungs, extrahepatic tissues, your brain. So ketone body, they are not being utilized into the liver. These are utilized outside the liver, and when there is a large amount of ketone bodies, it gets these ketone bodies are water soluble substance, and they gets passed through the urine. Again, they are being exhaled, like acetone is there, which can be exhaled from your lungs by breathing. And this ketone body, again, it gets converted into acetyl-CoA, and it gets into Krebs cycle and give energy to your body. the fatty acid what was being synthesized in your the end product of fatty acid which was been synthesized, so that cannot be used by the brain. Very small quantity can be used from the brain, and mainly these ketone bodies, nearly about 60 to 70% of these ketone bodies are the energy source for your brain in the case of starvation. So how this ketone bodies are being utilized? Like again it will follow the same back pathway. Like beta hydroxybutyrate, which was the ketone body, it gets it generates energy like NADH, and it gets converted into S2S state. And this again this one also, the S2S state is also a ketone body, and it gets converted into, in the presence of succinyl CoA, it gets converted into S2S state. The S2S state gets converted into S2-acetyl CoA. This S2-acetyl CoA, again one more thing I want to say, like this thioporase enzyme, it is not present into the inside the liver. So what happens, ketone body, it has to come out from the liver and it has to go into your muscles, your kidney, your lungs, your brain, and there it is being used as energy. So this S2-acetyl CoA, in presence of again CoA, in presence of thiolase enzyme, it gets converted into acetyl CoA, and again this acetyl CoA gets into the Krebs cycle where it generates energy, and the carbon dioxide is being formed. So what happens, like in your overproduction of ketone bodies, like when the person is in very much starvation condition, or in the case of abnormal cases are there, like your diabetes mellitus is there. So in that case, what happens? The overutilization of fat is been done, or this ketone, the formation of ketone is been done. And in that case, when there is very large amount of ketone bodies in your blood, so in that case the ketonemia has been reported, and if the ketone bodies are excreted much into your urine, so in that case we can say it is a ketonuria. And talking about ketoacidosis, when very large quantity of all these ketone bodies are present in your blood, in that case the pH of the blood gets down, the pKa value, it comes to 4. So these are all what we have all about your ketone bodies. Certain portion of the diagrams have been taken from the internet sources, and the template which has been what I have used in this presentation is from internet source. I acknowledge those people. Thanks. And if you have any question, you can contact me. My mobile number is there and my email ID is there. Thank you very much.